Hi, my name is Anna Woods, and today I'm going to be doing my final internship presentation. Today we're going to be talking about 5 different tape jobs. We're going to do the toe spica, we're going to do the plantar fascia support, we're going to tape the ankle, the thumb spica, and the wrist. So here we go. For the first tape job, we're going to be doing a great toe spica. This prevents from hyperextension or turf toe. We're going to start with a layer pre-wrap, and then we're going to be doing anchor strips. When doing any taping around the foot like this, you want to make sure not to put too much tension as you come across the bottom of the foot. The bones in the foot are going to expand as the player runs and walks, and if you pull too tightly, they can't do that as well, and it's going to be very uncomfortable. So for this, we're going to make 3 strips. Okay. So you're going to come across, go in between, and bring it down. And then we're going to cover that up with another anchor. And we're going to do that 2 more times. As you come and pull down here, you want to put just a little bit of tension to help keep the toe from hyperextension. Another anchor, and then the last spica. You also want to overlap them as you come around. And try to keep it from folding up in between the toes. And your last anchor strip, just to keep that piece down. And there you go. Next, I'm going to be taping the bottom of the foot for an arch support. So for this technique, you would typically start out by spraying an adhesive spray on the foot to help keep the tape on during exercise, but we're just going to go right in. You can start medially or laterally, it doesn't matter, as long as you switch back and forth, and you're typically going to do about 3 on each side. So you come around the side of the foot, cross back to where you started, and as we work through it, you're going to see you want to try to cover the majority of the bottom of the foot. So I started medially the first time, I'll start laterally this time. You want to apply a little bit of tension as you cross the foot, again to help support that plantar fascia. And notice as I come across, I'm going to be going under the back of the heel first, and then coming to the underneath. Okay, and this will be the last one. Okay, so after you cover the foot, you're going to close it up, and this is just going to help it stay on throughout the entire exercise period. Again, you don't want to put too much pressure on the bottom of the foot as you come around, or the bones and muscles won't be able to expand as the athlete's running, and it'll be extremely uncomfortable. Okay, once you've closed up the underside, you're going to do that same process on the top. And there you go. Next, I'm going to be taping the ankle. Again, you want to start with that pre-wrap as a protective cover. You would typically start by spraying an adhesive spray and then putting a heel and lace pad to prevent blisters. Since we don't have those materials, I'm just going to do an extra layer of that pre-wrap in those areas. As you're taping the ankle, you want to make sure that the athlete keeps their foot in a 90-degree angle. That's the most stable ankle position. And you want to make sure as you're wrapping with pre-wrap that you don't leave any gaps anywhere for the tape to rub the skin and just create that irritation. After you've taped, you want to do your anchor strips. We're going to do 2 at the top and 1 around the foot itself. Again, trying not to put too much pressure as you pull across the bottom of the foot. Okay, next we're going to do stirrups. As an inversion ankle sprain is the most common ankle injury, you want to start medially and end laterally to try to help prevent that. And then we're going to do an anchor strip in between each stirrup to keep those stirrups in place. As you do this, you want to overlap the tape, so you'll start and cross the malleolus the first time. Secondly, you're going to start anteriorly and end posteriorly on the lateral side. And then you're going to start posteriorly, medially, and end anteriorly on the lateral side. Ankle taping can be used after an injury or as a prophylactic measurement. Okay, now that our stirrups are in place, we're going to do heel locks. Heel locks help support the talocrural joint. To do this, you're going to go around the back of the foot, behind the heel, and back up to the front. Since this is a bigger athlete as well as a lineman, we're going to be doing 3 heel locks on each side to just give that extra bit of support. Okay, and now we're going to be doing heel lock, or figure 8, sorry. You're going to go around the top, cross, around the base of the foot. And this just further helps prevent any inversion, eversion, hyperextension, hyperflexion injuries. And again, we're going to do 3 of these on each side. And once you've finished that, now we're just going to close it up. This will help cover any tape ends or allow it just to look a little bit better. This tape job you're going to see a lot in your football linemen. With your smaller athletes, as your wide receivers, running backs, defensive backs, you'll see a little bit less tape used. You might only do 2 heel locks or figure 8s. And there you go. Next, we're going to be doing a thumb spica. That's a lot like the toe spica. It helps with hyperextension. We're going to start with pre-wrap and just do that protective layer. And then we're going to go in with an anchor strip. You'll see this tape job done a lot in linemen, especially, as well as basketball players. After your anchor strip, you're just going to take 3 strips again, go around the base of the thumb, and put a little bit of tension on it as you pull it back down. And then another anchor strip to keep that in place. We'll do that 3 times. As you do it, you want to overlap the tape a bit. And again, put just a little bit of tension as you pull it across. Last one. You want to try to keep it from rolling and bunching on the inside of the thumb. And there you go. Lastly, we're just going to be doing a standard wrist taping. This helps prevent hyperextension and hyperflexion. We're going to start with our pre-wrap and move upwards. Different athletes will have different preferences as to how high it goes, but your main concentration is just on the joint. Again, not putting too much pressure on the underside. You don't want to cut off circulation. As you tape, you want the tape to overlap. While you're taping, the athlete's hand can be fingers spread like this, or they can be making a fist, whichever they prefer. Okay, after you've covered, we're going to do just one more round around to cover up the tape ends and give it a little bit more adhesive during exercise. And there you go.